It is 23 hours 30, Universal Time. I'm Jim Tedder in Washington. The Israeli government has decided against expanding ground operations against Hezbollah fighters in Lebanon. But officials say Israel's Security Cabinet agreed to more air attacks. The Security Cabinet also ordered thousands of part-time troops to report for duty. Israeli Defense Minister Amir Peretz says Israel is preparing itself for any possible development in the fighting. He also said Israel has no plans of expanding the fighting into Syria. Also Thursday, Israeli forces hit southern Lebanon with heavy artillery and airstrikes. At least 3 Lebanese were killed. Hezbollah fired more rockets into northern Israel. Several buildings were hit. Italy says Israel has not answered a call to limit its military activities. An international conference in Rome Wednesday urged Israel to do so. Italy's foreign minister, Massimo D'Alema, said the comment in Rome on Thursday. He said he will travel to Israel Sunday for talks aimed at reaching a ceasefire. Also, France expressed regret that officials in Rome did not call for an immediate ceasefire. France is urging a United Nations ceasefire resolution. Many European governments have called for an immediate ceasefire in Lebanon. However, the United States opposes a ceasefire. President Bush says diplomacy must deal with the root causes of the current crisis. The Israeli military is continuing its offensive against Palestinian militants in the Gaza Strip. Palestinian medical workers say Israeli gunfire killed 3 Palestinian civilians. Israeli officials say the offensive is an attempt to stop rocket attacks on Israel and free a captured soldier. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas says the captured soldier could be released soon. He spoke after talks in Italy with Prime Minister Romano Prodi. But Palestinian negotiator Saeb Erekat said the president was perhaps being too hopeful. He said the soldier is alive and negotiations to free him are continuing. A spokesman for the armed force of the Islamic group Hamas says nothing has changed in the case of the Israeli soldier. Al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri has threatened action for Israel's offensives in Lebanon and the Gaza Strip. The Al-Qaeda leader spoke in a recorded message broadcast by Al Jazeera television. He said that Al-Qaeda would not remain silent while Israel continues its attacks. He urged Muslims to join in a worldwide fight against Israel and its Western supporters, including the United States. Representatives from 8 countries plan to meet Friday for talks on East Asian security issues. North Korea is not sending anyone to the talks. The meeting will take place during a conference of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. The conference opened Thursday in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The United States and 7 other countries decided to meet after North Korea announced it would not take part in new talks on its nuclear program. North Korea says the United States must first end financial restrictions before it returns to the nuclear talks. You are listening to the news in VOA Special English. Officials in China say flooding has killed 25 people after a powerful storm struck the eastern part of the country. At least 53 people remain missing. Jiangxi province suffered the most damage. China's Xinhua news agency says floodwaters destroyed an army base in the area Wednesday. The powerful storm struck Fujian province Tuesday. 2 weeks ago, another storm struck the same area of China, killing 600 people. The Defense Department says 3,500 troops will remain in Iraq 4 months longer than planned. Officials said Thursday that Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld approved the request to extend the deployment of the troops. Defense experts say the extension shows that a reduction of American forces in Iraq is not likely to happen soon. In other news, Iraqi police say explosions in central Baghdad have killed more than 30 people. More than 115 others were reported wounded. Police said a bomb attack and shelling caused the explosions in a business area. The Karada area was considered one of the few moderately safe areas of Baghdad. The United States-led coalition in Afghanistan has confirmed that all 16 people on a helicopter that crashed Wednesday were killed. The helicopter crashed in bad weather in southern Afghanistan. A coalition spokesman says 12 bodies have been recovered and 4 others are missing. The cause of the crash was not immediately known. A man claiming to represent the Taliban said Taliban fighters had shot down the helicopter. In other news, coalition soldiers killed 3 Taliban rebels after a failed attack on a group of vehicles in the Kandahar area. At least 19 members of Somalia's temporary government have resigned their positions. Some resigning cabinet members said the government has not shown that it can bring peace to the country. Others said they oppose the presence of Ethiopian troops in Somali territory. Also, lawmakers in Somalia's temporary parliament proposed a vote of no confidence to show that there is little support for Prime Minister Ali Mohammed Gedi. In related news, the Islamic group that controls Mogadishu took over the presidential home there to use it as an Islamic court. And now, briefly, here again is the major news of the hour, read in VOA Special English. The Israeli government has decided against expanding ground operations against Hezbollah fighters in Lebanon, but Israel's Security Cabinet has agreed to more air attacks. The Israeli military is continuing its offensive against Palestinian militants in the Gaza Strip. Representatives from 8 countries plan to meet Friday for talks on East Asian security issues. And officials in China say flooding has killed 25 people after a powerful storm struck the eastern part of the country. That's the news in VOA Special English. Jim Tedder reporting.